Hi John, I thought I'd put you together a little video to give you a quick overview really of the features of the system that we'd be proposing to put into your house. So this is a standard LAN interface. It's the same on touchscreens, iPhones, Android phones, whatever device it is that you're coming to control the system with. As you can see, you have an easy to navigate layout on the top with Home, which is a general overview tab, Climate, which obviously controls the heating, Lighting, fairly self-explanatory, Media controls all of your TVs, all of the video and all of the music, Video is your CCTV cameras, and Intercom, again self-explanatory, is the way how you intercom between screens or door stations. So if we go into these tabs, the first one here is Home. An important thing to point out is we always have a button on there which links directly to us, so if ever you encounter any issue at any point, you can simply tap the button down here and that pings us an email over straight away, and so we can get back to you. Additionally, on this page we can create various other features. On here we've got an alarm clock. Again, this is just something that's down to preference. We've also got weather and calendar, and then the important one, the system modes. So this page is customizable, so as you can see on here we've got a couple of images, one of Vale and one of the Cairngorms in Scotland. Ironically, Scotland is the sunny one in this instance. We can set this up however you'd like it to look. But the important bit on here are the buttons on the bottom. These are our system modes, so Home, Away and Holiday. So when we come into the house, we press a Home button and that turns the heating up to our preferred settings based on the time of day, however we've programmed the schedule. And it can also trigger various other events, again all down to preference. The Away button here in the middle, this one is what we'd use if we were just popping out for a few hours or for the day to go to work. This would drop the temperature down to a slightly lower level. It would turn off all of the lights in the house. It could automatically arm the security system. It would also turn off all the TVs or any music that was playing. And then similarly, the Holiday button here on the end, it does pretty much the same as the Away function, but it might trigger some more advanced security features, some notifications perhaps. It will also drop the heating down to a much lower level if you're going to be away for some time. So if we come back up and have a look at this main overview, if we go to Climate, I can show you an example of thermostat layout. So as you can see, we can group by floor to make it easy to navigate, and clearly displayed on here we've got the actual room temperature and the set point. If we wanted to change any of those set points, it's simply a matter of clicking on the thermostat and then increasing the set point, and that's it. And so if we go back now, you can see the set point's increased and the room will start to heat. An interesting thing as well to note on here is we've got colour bars on the bottom, so red and green. So these ones are all green because the temperatures are either at or above the set points. The middle floor, however, we've got 18 degrees as a set point, but it's only at 17.7, so it's showing us red because it's heating still. If we go to this top button up here, History, we can see it in more detail, with the blue line representing the room temperature, the red line representing the heat set point, and then the green line's the outside temperature. So we can see that all throughout this period, the room temperature has been above the set point until the set point increased a moment ago, and as we can see down here, that's caused everything to start heating up, and so In this day we've used 2.7% of the day has been heating this room. So it can give us quite detailed information really in terms of what's been going on. Obviously this is only really something for personal interest, but it's nice if you like to keep a tabs on the energy that you're using. Similarly in here we can also set a schedule. So the schedule again is quite flexible. This is perhaps one of the more complex iterations of it, where we've got 4 time periods which trigger down here. Each of these are changeable, so we can set them at any time we'd like those to be. And again we set the set point at any time we'd like it to be. Then we've got the days of the week here, so this set point triggers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If we press Saturday and Sunday, it runs on a slightly different schedule. And this is what always runs whenever the house is in home or away mode. If the house is in holiday mode, it drops that thermostat down to a set level. The next thing that we got here is lighting. So I'll try and give you a live demonstration of this. As you can see, again these pages are all customizable. We have a slider here. If I slide this up, you should be able to see. Try and get a little bit of light in the shot. And if I slide it off, so we can adjust the lighting, so that's on full brightness now. And we can just slide that down and the lights will just follow suit. Similarly, I'll just come back into here again, we also have the ability to control colour changing lights. So in here we've got 4 customised colours and an overall brightness. If I try and get you an image up here, so if I tap the blue button, it lights up blue. If I tap the purple button, the lights change to purple. I can make them go to any colour that we'd like them to, so I can change those to white, and similarly we can adjust the brightness of them as well, so we can dim them right down if we'd like to. So that's essentially the lighting system. Again, it's all fully customizable, and in addition to being controlled on the iPhone, on the touch screens, it can also be driven by a normal light switch, which I'll show you an example of shortly. In terms of media then, if we come to this room again, when we select a room we have all the available sources, so anything that we might want to play or listen to. In all of these setups, these sources are all centrally located, so they're not located behind each TV, so you don't have any cluttering of wires. As you can see here, this is just a freestanding television, but there's no boxes or clutter around it. So if I now turn this on, for instance we select Amazon Fire, the interface loads. That's simultaneously now turned on the television, it's turned on the amplifier in the room to give us the surround sound, and we've got our Amazon Fire interface. We can then tap along to change that, or similarly we can use our HR2, our remote control, which is also changed to marry with what the system's doing, and we can use that to change from channel to channel. Again, this is more than just a remote control. As you mentioned, it's also able to control much more than that, so we can see the thermostat for this room and adjust the temperature from it. We can also come to it to adjust all of the lighting in this room, to crank the lights on and off, or to dim them to whatever level we please. Similarly, we can use this to change source. So for instance, if we wanted to play some music, we could press our Sonos button, which is our music player here, and you see the remote loads the last played song, and the iPad interface has also changed at the same time to marry up with that, and we're able to use this to search any of our music libraries. So this is searching Spotify, which is obviously quite a large database of music for us to access. So you can literally go through. Probably not good to look at the charts because none of it's really very good. So let's try something like that. So play now. And we can ramp the volume up just on here. And as you probably noticed as well, the television automatically turned itself off. The amplifiers automatically changed over to this music source. Then if I want to finish that, I can literally just come to off, and I can either turn this room off or all the rooms in the house off. So if we do off, all zones off, everything stops, and all the music grinds to a halt, and that's powered down everything, whether that's in here or centrally located. Under video, this displays our security cameras that we might have, and depending on the options with security cameras and their capabilities, we can either just view them. It's also able to record them, and we can view back on those recordings, and we also have this live control, so we can move the cameras around to see what's happening. We've also got a little button on here, so from the camera page we could turn on those outside lights if we'd like to view what's happening there too. Then the final main feature is the intercom, and I will try and demonstrate this here using a phone if possible. So you might have just noticed my iPhone suddenly became ready on there. So if I want to make a call, I literally just select the device. So that could be a touch screen, it can be a phone, it can be whatever we've added on there, and press video call, and then that's come through onto here too, and that has set my dog off. I'll just mute that there so we don't get feedback, but as you can see, we've got a live view coming through from the iPad to the phone. So we have both of those coming onto here. Then the other thing what we can also do on here is we can go to our door entry station. So if we go to front door and press monitor, what that will do is connect to our main door entry. So we're able to view the camera out there and see what's happening. Similarly, linked to this, if somebody rang our front doorbell, it would automatically ping up on all of our interfaces, so all of the touch screens, all of our mobile phones, and we're able to create dialing plans. So for instance, if you're not at home, so if the house knows that you're in the away mode or the holiday mode, the call from your door station will automatically route through to your mobile device. So you could be on the other side of the world and you're able to answer the incoming call and talk to the person at the other end. And using these buttons here, like floodlights, we can also add one if necessary to open the door. So if it's somebody who you know, you're able to let them in. to the house remotely. That's a fairly basic overview really of the features of the system. As always, if you've got any questions or any queries, please feel free to get back to me. Speak to you soon.